All right, and now for some news we teased earlier that I'm sure you guys have been waiting for. Scott Peterson's death sentences has been overturned. It was a trial that made national headlines nearly 2 decades ago. He was sentenced to death in the 2002 murders, if you guys remember, of his pregnant wife, Laci, and their unborn son. Now the case is back in the spotlight with the death penalty sentence overturned. KTLA's Corrine Winter is in the newsroom with the details.
In what many are calling a stunning ruling, Scott Peterson, who was sitting on death row, just secured a huge legal victory. The California Supreme Court reversed his death penalty conviction from 2004, clearing the way for prosecutors to seek the death penalty once again in this high-profile case.
This is certainly a stake through Laci Peterson's family's heart.
A shocking move by California's highest court, a decision by Justice Leandra Kruger to reverse the death sentence handed down to convicted murderer Scott Peterson in the 2002 killing of his wife Laci and their unborn son. Detailed in the court ruling during jury selection that the trial judge, quote, made a series of clear and significant errors in jury selection that, under longstanding United States Supreme Court precedent, undermined Peterson's right to an impartial jury at the penalty phase.
What the Supreme Court said is by excluding those jurors, you tipped the scale in favor of the prosecution, and that you cannot do this.
Also included in the court ruling, Peterson's beliefs that he was never given a fair trial due to the unprecedented pretrial publicity in this high-profile case, an argument the court rejected, writing his guilty verdict will remain in place. The automatic appeal was initially filed with the Supreme Court back in 2012.
Scott Peterson is still guilty. He will spend the rest of his life in prison. However, the question is now whether the prosecutor is going to go back and retry him on the death penalty phase of the case.
This case, nearly 2 decades old, captivated the country, given Laci Peterson's mysterious disappearance on Christmas Eve. The 27-year-old was about to give birth when she vanished, with Peterson telling authorities he last saw his wife before going fishing in Berkeley. Months later, after weeks of exhaustive searches, her body washed ashore along San Francisco Bay. Her husband eventually convicted in her death, and who may once again face her family in court.
A new penalty phase trial date has not been confirmed or set as yet.
Wow, this is something that initially drew me to true crime, which I'm sure a lot of women my age are not alone in that. I've recently looked back on it because I remember, I don't know, Jasmine, if you feel the same way, watching this case, thinking, how in the world can anyone think he's innocent? And recently, with the internet, conspiracy theories, ID channel, all the different documentaries done about him, I realized there is this huge community of women who not only think he is innocent, but want to get in touch with him, as we talked before getting on camera. These crazy women who want to date Scott Peterson.
Yes, I'm certain I saw a headline that he either got remarried or was in a relationship involved with a woman from prison, but there were throngs of women who would go to the courthouse just to get, to try and see if they could see him. They wanted to be inside of the courtroom while the trial was going on. It was absolutely insane. I thought the same thing. Like, why would a woman want to date a man who is even accused, even if he was innocent? He's accused of murdering his pregnant wife and was cheating on her. Why would he be someone that you'd be interested in?
Oh my gosh, you're right. The 2 women wanted to marry him, and it was a story on CNN a few years ago. And then, of course, HLN, which is a station that's known to cover the sensational headlines from true crime, said that he has a slew of groupies. And that gives me the heebie-jeebies. That's gross. And those women should be checked for their mental health. Truly, just sickening.
Truly. Wow.